not a fan of this fight. Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva. Why am I not a fan of this fight? Um, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for Anderson. I feel like he's being fed to the wolves. And then why would anyone say that about Anderson Silva? Obviously he could defend himself. He's one of the best pound for pound fighters of all time. I just feel like he's an aged fighter. We just seen what happened to Chuck Liddell. He's close to 50 years old. He's not as fast as he once was. He can't move, he can't think, and he can't perform how he once did. Obviously, Anderson Silva got caught with performance enhancing drugs. I think that's a telltale sign that he was slowing down, and I think he wanted to keep the speed, or maybe he was using performance enhancing drugs throughout the entirety of his UFC career. I'm not anyone to blame. I have huge respect and admiration for Anderson Silva. I think even if someone uses performance enhancing drugs, I still think it's a fucking, tremendous thing to be able to step inside the cage and be willing to put your life and limb on the line for, the entertainment of thousands, if not millions of people. Um, yeah, I think it really is showing how depressed I am about this fight. I'm just like, I don't like seeing old fighters constantly being fed to the new fighters. Yeah, I know that sometimes, people want to see that passing of the torch or whatever, but I think it's kind of better to keep the younger fighters to themselves and the older fighters to themselves. Every now and then, there does need to be, like, let's say an older champion. You know what I mean? Like, let's say there's an older fighter that happens to be a champion. That's when I feel it's suiting, because it's kind of like the young guy trying to take out the old alpha male, the old lion, the old king. You know what I'm saying? It makes most sense when it's like that. But when it's just like a contender fight, you could do away with that. But at the end of the day, Anderson is old. He is in a young man's sport, and man, Israel Adesanya has been on fire. I did call him to beat Derek Brunson. I did think it was going to be one of his breakout performances, and it was. Um, do I think that he's going to be able to take out Anderson Silva? Yeah, I do. Do I think he's going to be able to knock him out? Not necessarily. Do I think he's going to be able to submit him? Nah. If he rocks him, then yeah, he could probably submit him if he chooses to do so. But I think if anything, Anderson will probably submit him. Anderson has nasty ground game, nasty jiu-jitsu skills. If I think either fighter could KO each other. That's an outcome of each fight, and maybe that's one thing I don't want to see. Maybe I don't want to see Anderson Silva get knocked out again. When Weidman knocked him out, yeah, obviously he did it to himself. He played around in there and he got knocked the fuck out. But I just don't want to see Anderson Silva hurt again. Maybe that's what it is, and I don't know. Maybe I think that the UFC set him up to get taken out. They were telling him that if he wins, he'll get a title shot. I really don't want to see Anderson Silva as the champion anymore. I want to see him in super fights. I know he was calling out Conor McGregor, and I know that a fight with Conor McGregor would fucking make tremendous revenue. They could do it in Brazil or they could do it in Ireland, and they would make a tremendous amount of money. But I feel right now they're trying to build up contenders, and I feel that that's what they're doing with Israel Adesanya. I think they want to build them up, and they want to just use veteran fighters to get his name up in the stratosphere. But this could come back to bite them in the ass. Anderson Silva could flying knee KO this motherfucker, and it's a wrap. But it is what it is. Then it would just make Anderson Silva look that much better. It would solidify his GOAT status. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I wish it would have been another fight. Maybe I wish they would have had him up against another up and comer. But they want to choose and pick who they're gonna have their contenders, and that's always gonna be the case with the UFC.